Hey beautiful people, and thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So in today's video I will be doing an everyday makeup look. I'll be achieving the look that I am wearing right now. But wait, before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe before the video is over, and please hit that bell notification so you know anytime that I upload. And hey, share this video with a friend. Let's get those viewers up. So just keep on watching and we'll get right into it. Alright guys, so let's get started. So I did already go ahead and prime my skin off camera. I use the Fosali liquid powder, and I use it in the places where I get the oiliest in. So I'll just work that into my T-zone and on my cheeks, and just worked it in until it got really matte. So now I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier medium deep powder, and I'm just gonna use the bottom of my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna pat that into this area of my skin because I get really oily here and I have really bad smile lines, so I just want to make sure that I take care of those. Put a little bit on my forehead too. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna go in with my foundation, and I'm going to use my Hourglass Vanish Stick, and I'm just going to cover any dark marks that I have on my face. I'll just place that on those. Alright, and I'm also going to take my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm just going to use one pump, and I probably won't even use all of that pump, and I'm just going to also apply that. And like I said, I probably won't even use all of that, and I do still have quite a bit on my hand. But I do like to highlight underneath my skin, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this liquid highlighter, and this is the Becca Shimmer Skin Perfector, and I'm just going to apply that in the areas that I like to highlight. And so I'm just going to work that in with my finger. Try not to foundation in it, which is not working out very well. And this just really helps you highlight underneath your skin, and also helps to where you don't have to do too much highlighting afterwards, especially since this is a more natural look. You just kind of want to use very minimal products. So I'm just going to work this into my skin, and when I do it, I just go ahead and pat it instead of wiping, because when you wipe, you lose some of the foundation and you'll have to apply more than you really want to. So I'm just patting it in, and if you see there's some areas where you're not going to have enough foundation on here or in that area for that side, then you can just apply a little bit more off of your hand, since you still have a little extra sitting on your hand. Alright, so once you work that in, now I'm just going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I am using the color Chestnut, and I'm just going to highlight very lightly in the areas that I like to highlight in. Again, since it's a more natural look, you just want to be very minimal with the products that you use. Unless you want to go in heavy, you can. And then while that dries down, I am going to make sure that I covered all of my blemishes. So I just have a little bit still showing there. And then I do have really some discoloration around my mouth, so I just make sure I cover that really good. Alright, so I'm going to take my beauty blender and just blend out the areas that I concealed. Alright, so now that I concealed those areas, I'm just going to take my foundation brush, and I'm going to just sure everything is well blended and there's no harsh edges. And obviously, since this is an everyday look, you want to get your makeup done in what, less than 15-20 minutes. So we're using very minimal products, and that makes it go a little faster. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Beauty Bakery Flour Powder, and I'm using the color yellow, and I'm just going to work that into any area that I highlighted. So I'm just make sure I don't have no creasing under my eye before I apply that to that area. And then when I apply it, I am going to make sure, or I'm going to use a different sponge. So this, I'm gonna use a clean sponge, and I just tap off any of the excess, and then I just work it under my eye. And then whatever is left on there, I just kind of put on the top of my eye. And then I just make sure I really pat it into the skin. And I do like it to sit on my nose for a little bit, so I'll just apply it going upwards to my nose. And I really have some fine lines underneath my eyes, so I just make sure that I really work it into those areas, because if I don't, as the day goes on, I'll start seeing some creasing underneath my eyes. So just really working it and patting it in. Okay. And then in my smile line area, I use a darker powder. So I'm going to go back in with my Laura Mercier medium deep, and I'm just going to pat that into my smile line. And I went a little quick on that side, but I do like to make sure I take my makeup brush, foundation brush, and just make sure I don't have any crease in there. And then I place that on there. And then I also work this powder around my nose and around on the corners of my mouth, because these are the places where my makeup breaks down the most throughout the day. So I just make sure that I really pay close attention to those areas. So now that I did that, I'm gonna let that sit for just a second, and while I let it sit, I am going to go ahead and bronze, and I'm using my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the Mocha Mami, and I'm just gonna put some of that. Alright, and now, since that's sitting for just a little bit, I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix Plus foundation, and I'm just going to make sure I brush off any excess powder that may still be underneath my eyes. And just continue to set everything. Alright, and then I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use complexion powder, and I'm just going to work that everywhere else. Alright, so I did go ahead and apply my blush, excuse me, and now I'm going to go ahead and use my Fix Plus spray, and I'm just going to spray my face down a little bit. Alright guys, so while my setting spray was drying, I did go ahead and pop on a lash. Now I know you guys are thinking it's supposed to be a natural look, but it's still natural. I just wanted to pop on a lash because it was makeup without lashes. It is a more natural lash, so it just helped fill out my lashes a little bit. So I did that, and now I'm just going to go in with my Dose of Colors Baked Browns, and I'm just going to put a little bit in my crease, and I'm going to use the color Cherry Wood. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. And so now I'm just going to add a little bit of my lip liner. And I forgot to highlight. How could I forget to highlight? So I'm just going to take a little bit of this Color Drain highlight and just add just a little bit. I did do it underneath the skin, so I'm not going to do much. On my nose and my cupid's bow. And my chin. add just a little bit of this pinky color to my lip. Alright guys, so this is the finishing look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and hey, share with a friend. And hit that bell notification so you know anytime that I upload. Leave some comments down below as to what type of videos you guys would like to see. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you later. Bye.